Welcome back to the second video in the Too Good to Be True series. And we're actually going to talk about something I never thought I'd talk about in our channel, but I really want everyone to understand what you're up against and what we are up against. But we're going to start this with a quote from the author of a beautiful book called The Shack, Paul Young. And one of the great quotes in that book reads essentially, all of our hurts come from people, and thus all of our healing will come through people. He might have used the word relationships. And what I know, because I've studied the topic pretty in depth, 7.5 out of 10 people walking the face of the earth right now have experienced loss, trauma, or betrayal in a primary relationship. Now, how does this factor into being too good to be true? This is actually a really simple lesson embedded in our message. Oh, look, there's Max the Wonder Dog. See? It's all right, little baby! That's puppy talk, by the way, and I'm not embarrassed to be who I really am in these videos. But that's not the lesson. So when I go into a relationship with someone, I go, wow, statistically speaking, they're probably one of the 7.5 out of 10 people who have experienced loss, trauma, or betrayal in a primary relationship. Now, what I know about this is people usually bring that into the current relationship, but I'm not doing that. I say to myself, all right, I've got a person here. I can either contribute to their healing by being loving to them, or I can contribute to their hurt and make their story come true. Now, to be too good to be true, the answer is obvious. When I go into a relationship with someone, I say I'm going to contribute to their healing. In fact, I live by this philosophy. When I decide to know someone, I go, I'm going to treat this relationship in a manner to where hopefully they'll know me until the day I die. Now, the second part of this. We live in what could be such a beautiful world, in what could be such a great country, and, quite frankly, I am so sick and tired of these politicians getting in office and saying, well, I caused the economy to expand, or I made the GDP go up. And it's like, come on, people. Why in this great country are we rating the success on those statistics, which really, I hate to say it, they don't mean a damn thing. They don't mean a damn thing. I always go into businesses and I say, hey, business, you want to be the greatest version of yourself? Well, guess what? You can't be unless you're helping the people who work here become the greatest versions of themselves. It's the only way your company can be what you want it to be, is the people that work there. And they're like, whoa, God, I thought it was by having a really sexy website and a strong social media presence. And I'm like, bleh, bleh, bleh. That's the way the world thinks. Okay? Kaylee?
Yes.
Why don't you read some statistics here on how we should truly rate the economy, because that shows the health of the nation.
Divorce. 50% of all marriages end up in divorce. Drinking. 95,000 in the USA, 3 million worldwide, all by people who needed to numb their feelings. I always tell people, if you need alcohol to relax, you'll be very relaxed as you are dead in the coffin. God didn't create you to need something that kills you to relax. Tobacco, 480,000, 41,000 by secondhand smoke. That means there are 5 times the amount of victims to smoke than gun violence. Drugs, 90,000 overdoses last year. Suicide, 49,000. Murders, 16,000. Sexually transmitted diseases, hundreds of thousands of people passing them off back and forth. Prisoners, 80% of prisoners don't have dads. Obesity, 365,000 people died because they get their happiness from food. 11 million people died from sugar worldwide.
It makes looking at the GDP really puts it in perspective, because those are all real world stats. You can look up any of them. We need to live in a world where they measure the economy based on those numbers going down year after year, because that shows the true health of the nation, not how the 1% are getting wealthier while everyone else struggles. So, to be too good to be true, you go into every relationship and you say, I can contribute to this person's hurt, or I can contribute to this person's healing. You've got to contribute to their healing, even if they happen to be an annoying person. Otherwise, we're just propagating the issue. And then secondarily, to be too good to be true, quit looking at these economic numbers, man. Because when you have that many people getting suicided, that many people getting murdered, that many people dying by drugs, that many people dying from suicides, that many people dying from sugar, that many people dying from alcohol, it doesn't really mean jack squat. So to be too good to be true, look at those numbers every year and ask yourself, with my own life, did I help make that number go down? And when we get enough people doing that, we will be too good to be true. Kaylee, anything else you want to share with the audience?
Please hit like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who may need to hear this message.